Mr. Chairman, I therefore move that members of the committee be furnished the letters by the Semiconductors and Electronics Industries, the Foreign Chambers of the Philippines, the British Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines, the Japanese Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines. I think it is to our advantage that we take heed and listen to them. After all, these are the entities that are giving us exports. These are the entities that are providing jobs to Filipinos. Mr. Chairman, I so move.
Thank you very much, Congressman Gingona. But for the benefit of Congressman Gingona, I think he will be elated that, of course, this committee has taken into consideration this letter, and precisely we listen to them as much as we listen to any Juan de la Cruz who comes our way. If you recall, the EPIRA amendments taken up in this committee only talks about open access, nothing else. And we have asked them about this, and if you read the newspapers, there will be an interim open access. So I guess insofar as our EPIRA amendments are concerned, then our goals would have been met after ERC approves the internal rules and regulations. So anyway, we listen to these foreign chambers as much as we listen to our to every Juan de la Cruz who wants to write and to speak in this committee, because after all, we're only after one thing: to bring down the rates of electricity.
My point, Mr. Chairman, was just that so that we could enlighten the other members of the committee as to the viewpoints of the foreign chambers.
Okay, at this that's point is very well taken. I'm sure the committee members know about this press releases of the foreign chambers. It has been hogging the headlines, but I'm sure the committee members appreciate you reminding them. At this point, I'd like to acknowledge Congresswoman Pagbilao, Congressman Bart Belmonte, Congressman Don Gonzales, now I would like to acknowledge I would like to give the floor to Congressman Villaferte for his overview.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. But before I make a summary of what has already transpired so that we can more properly direct our proceedings to focus mainly on ways and means of reducing electricity or the price thereof, please permit me beforehand, Mr. Chairman, to clarify for the record the letter of the Joint Foreign Chambers of Commerce and how it was, what the impact of that to the senators. I think the misgivings or criticisms of the senators were focused on two things. One, they considered it impolite and disrespectful to a chamber like the Senate, which is a separate branch of government and independent from the executive, that the letter advocating for no EPIRA amendments was addressed not to the legislative bodies, but to the office of the President. And number two, that letter attributed to certain unnamed legislatures as being a source of some kind of instability in legislative policies by advocating changes in the EPIRA law. I think we have to put that on the record because the senators were always willing to sit down with the officers of the various chambers, and I think we in the House should also meet with them at some later point. No? But given that, permit me, Mr. Chairman, just to summarize what exactly has happened and what my advocacies were and continue to be, and as well as those of our colleagues. We will cite everything and then we will proceed thereafter. All sorts of commentaries in media, interviews, whole page ads, I think may have confused the public, in fact. So let me state the following. Number one, there is no dispute that public utilities companies, including the cooperatives, are entitled to a systems loss. So there's no debate about that. They are entitled to a systems loss. The next is that there is a cap on what systems loss can be recovered. And this is where the confusion begins. Now, in the case of private electric utilities, the cap is not more than 9.5% as a maximum. Recoverable losses may be reduced through the voluntary action of the private utilities, or, as provided by law, the ERC can further reduce the cap but not lower than 9%. The Anti-Pilferage Act also, Republic Act 7832, stated very clearly that there is nothing in the Act that shall impair the authority of the ERC to reduce or phase out technical or design losses as a component of systems losses. The focus of the Anti-Pilferage Act is in fact pilferage. While technical losses may be allowed, but there is a provision in the PIRA law which says that any cost that can be attributed to management inefficiencies like technical losses shall be regulated and should not be allowed in the computation of the rate base or the return thereof. That is expressly provided in the PIRA law. Now, one of the issues that have been raised with respect to the percentage cap, insofar as Meralco is concerned, and I raised this in our last hearing, is that while the maximum is 9.5%, what Meralco has done with respect to residential and commercial users is that they charge them 16.4%, which is in excess of the 9.5% cap. They also said that, however, that they are charging industrial users 7%. And then later on, they said that what they did is to average out the cap on residential and commercial with the industrial. But there is no way, no arithmetic could average that out to a 9.5%. A 16.4% on 75% of consumers cannot be averaged out or weighted average with the 7% on industrial users, which constitute only 25%. Later on, they can respond to this, but that was the state of our discussion. But until later, they admitted that they say that they were charging, the consumers, a maximum actually of 11%. Although my calculation, if everybody will look at their billings,